Okay, Watford against Middlesbrough this weekend. Good evening, Aaron. Good evening, Chris.
Hello, okay?
Good, thank you.
Evening, Mark.
Let's start with the mighty Watford then. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Just when you think a turner's corner's been turned, um, a door slams shut in the face. Leeds were just very good last week, weren't they, Aaron?
Absolutely, yeah. There was from minute one, you knew who was winning that football match. I mean, we just had no answers to them. They were brilliant, and I had no complaints with them winning that game. I think we were really, really lucky to go into half time where we were.
Can you take any positives from a result like that and a performance like that? I mean, that's clearly, as the Watford forums were saying, one of the worst performances of this year, but it is Leeds.
Yeah, yeah, no, and I think that is the positives. Yeah, do you know what? We didn't turn up at all, but I don't think we really expected to get much out of that anyway. So I think it should be hopefully be a learning curve of how to approach those sort of teams next time. Because I don't know if you saw we actually made three changes at halftime because it was going that wrong. And do you know what? For the most part, we actually looked better in the second half. But in the second half, we go and concede all those goals. So
Yeah.
I think that there was no stopping these that day, but it was nice to see Valerian sort of be proactive and try and change it, which looked like it was working until we unfortunately conceded.
Okay. So at home, you've only lost one at home against Blackburn, so it's a different proposition, isn't it? When you're at Vicarage Road, what needs to be different though in terms of starting positions and tactics against Middlesbrough this weekend?
It's a weird one because I don't really know how to perceive it. Last year when I watched them, they were immense. I mean, and I think they were sort of followed the same pattern. They had a slow start again, and when I did my predictions at the start of the season, I had Middlesbrough for a second. I thought they'll come out the box flying straight where they left off, and they'll probably go up. But it's typical Watford that we have to play them after they get their first win. So no, I'm not sure. I think we obviously normally like to have a lot of the ball. I don't think we're going to get a lot of the ball like we didn't at Leeds. It'll be interesting to see what Valerian really changes. I could see we might even change shape like we did in the second half against Leeds. Go to a back three.
We're at the stage, Aaron, of the season where managers in the next couple of weeks are going to start losing their jobs. Usually, it's your manager at this stage of the season that loses theirs. Um, from 1 to 10, how much confidence do the Watford faithful have in your current manager?
I would say out of 10, 8. I think pretty much everyone I speak to is fully behind Valerian. And in fact, I think actually this time the board are in I don't know if you saw they were actually in talks to giving him an extended deal already. So
Yeah,
I mean, like us fans, they clearly like what they're seeing too. I think we always accepted as a fan base at the start of this season that it was going to be a transition period. That this season we're probably not going to go and challenge near the top of the table. It's about sort of having a base to push from next season, gutting out the squad and trying to instill a proper style of play that we can carry over into future seasons. We haven't had that consistency with the changing of managers. We've been trying to play one way, the manager gets sacked, they come in with the same group of players and try and tell them to play a different way, and it doesn't work. So I think it's now about trying to get this manager who we believe in, his own squad, and maybe it takes 2, 3 seasons, but hopefully that's what will get us up. And I think if that does get us up, we'll be in a better position for it.
right. Cheers, Aaron. We'll come back to you in a minute for predictions. Let's go up let's go up north and check on Chris. Who, when we spoke to you last week, Chris, you were without a win and looking pretty glum. But what a difference 7 days in football makes, eh?
Oh, I'm absolutely buzzing. With my prediction last week, I was right. I was just the wrong team. I did say that we were going to concede first. I was right. I said we would equalise. I was right. But the fact that we actually got 3 points, especially against Southampton as well, I was mesmerised, to be honest. I couldn't believe my eyes. But that that's the Borough. Like, we always start off absolutely shocking. But come, say 7, 8 games of the season, that's when we start to pick up. Yeah, albeit it was a different manager last season, but I'm absolutely over the moon. And a nice little win at Bradford as well.
on Tuesday night. So finally, I can finally see a little bit of hope, Borough fans. I'm really excited for Saturday. I'll be because of the train strikes. I have to. Me and my mate were driving from about 8 o'clock, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I love that your prize for beating Bradford is a nice midweek trip to Exeter, which is
Yeah, well, we've got Plymouth on the Saturday after extra on the Tuesday, so it looks like I'm going to be staying in Cornwall for a week.
yeah, make a nice Cornwall holiday. Okay, so talk about what was the difference in that game then? Okay, yes, Southampton, you probably caught them at a good time, but what were the tactical differences? What was the overall feeling of that game which you haven't had before?
Yeah, absolutely. You asked quite an interesting question about Coburn last week, and is he going to be as an important member of the squad? And he was absolutely fantastic against Southampton. I feel like since he's come back from his loan spell, he's grew about 6 more inches. He's an absolute unit. He's so tall. But I think the first half we just weren't confident, especially with Riley McGree's my star. Why he's my favourite player. And he was cutting inside. He was getting a couple of chances, but he just wasn't going for it in the final third. He was like passing backwards, and I was like, "This isn't the McGree I know. He normally goes for a shot." We equalised. Come second half. Is it? Did he? I'm trying to think when he scored. It was either the first half. I don't know when he scored. I was just, I was a few Madries down, but no. I was over the moon. I think the main thing that changed was I don't even know where it came from. I think when we equalised, I think it was just the pressure, the fact that we cannot afford to lose another game. We're at home. We have to, pull this out of the bag, and I'm still shocked. I thought we were going to get beaten comfortably, but that's football for you, and I couldn't be happier.
Absolutely. Okay, let's look at these two clubs then going forward into this Saturday. Aaron, at the end of the season, on the last day of the season, you will probably be travelling up to the Riverside for the last game. Where do you crystal ball gaze both clubs will be in the league as you head into that ground before that game kicks off?
Yeah, so like I said, I think this season's a transition season for us. And at the start of the season, I had us 13th. I would still have us around that point. I don't think we'll quite push the playoffs. I don't think we'll go down. I think we'll sit in that sort of comfortable space from like 12 all the way down to like 16th. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Borough, like I said, I had them second. And the poor start, I think some people write them off, but no, I think they'll still be up in at least the playoffs. I could maybe because the start they might not break the automatics now, but I think they'll still finish like fifth, sixth, or I mean maybe if they don't get started soon, they might just miss out. But I think they'll be up there.
Okay, Chris, Aaron sees you at the top of the league at the end of the season. What about you?
My heart says automatic, but not from not from since last season. Honestly, I think we might just scrape playoffs. I think we might get sixth or fifth. I'm very hopeful we can. I think our start of the season was just as bad last year, but now we've got Carrick for a full season. I'm really positive. I mean, I wasn't positive last week, but that's Borough for you. Being a Borough fan is such a roller coaster of emotions.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, it's just his back in. He wasn't fully backed in the summer, but we've made a good couple of signings. Obviously, we got Kieran Scott, our director of football. When he was at Norwich, he found the likes of Brian Deere and Timu Pukki. So hopefully in January we can get some further signings in.
Okay, where do you see Watford finishing?
Watford, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you say that, Aaron. 12th, 16th. When I think of Watford, I always see them much higher, at least playoffs. Watford, it's a funny one because, like you said, they're very up and down, up and down. You never know what's coming with Watford. But I think you'll get top half. I think you'll just miss out on playoffs, but I think you'll get a good run. In my whole honesty, I mean, I don't really have any hatred towards Watford. I'm quite neutral towards them, so I'm not going to be mean to you. But no, I think you'll get top half. I think you could scrape playoffs, but that's the championship. Look at if you teams where the start off shot and start of the season are basic, and then they pull it out of the bag and do much better. So I'd say about eighth, personally, eighth. I think
Okay,
eighth.
okay, we'll play that back to
Yeah.
you both on May the 2nd, and as we preview the last game of season, see how far you're on. Right, final bit then. Watford against Middlesbrough, Vicarage Road on Saturday. Aaron, score prediction, please.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
And Chris, let's see how far you're up to some stretching.
3-1 Borough. Why not?
Oh, love it. Okay. It might come back to bite you next week. Okay, we'll see on that one. Right, thank you both. We'll see you, Chris, next week and preview the Tynetees derby because it's Sunderland next weekend, isn't it? So,
yeah.
That'll be quite tasty. And Aaron, we will wish you well as always, and see you next week. And hopefully we get some good run of results for Watford. We seem to every week have a smile and then a not, and then a glum face.
Yeah. Yeah, you talk about the Borough roller coaster. We're literally a roller coaster at the minute. We can't string 2 wins together to save our lives.
Yeah, I might see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right, good luck to you both. Thank you very much for joining us. See you next week.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mark. See ya.